Good evening and welcome to the Sports Locker. Now, Gibraltar hosted one of the biggest events in the European blackball calendar. In 10 days, around 1,000 players came through the doors of the Europa Point Sports Complex for the EBA Nations Cup, and the Rock more than rose to the occasion. Joining me now, two men that were at the heart of it all, the man who organised the whole thing and found time to play in it, President of the Gibraltar Pool Association, Jonathan Collado, and James Patterson, Captain of the men's A team and head coach of Gibraltar's juniors. Guys, thank you very much for coming along.
Thank you for having us.
Done and dusted now. How are you feeling about it, Jonathan?
Oof, I'm tired. It's been hard work. It's been very intense. And the thing is that really I had minimum time to organize this event. It was brought to me 5 months ago. And I think that's why I'm so tired, because I've had to do so much work at the same time in such a short space of time. And hopefully next year now we'll start working with a lot more time and it'll be a bit less stressful.
A lot of the heavy lifting was done by the association members, yourself included, James. You've only just finished down taking the tables just some days.
Yeah, it's been a long process. I mean, it's probably been about a month with setting up, having the couple of weeks tournament and then breaking it down again. But yeah, it's go back to work to have a rest.
That's what it must feel like. Yeah. But nearly 100 players for Gibraltar.
Yeah.
Pretty much a record. You must feel proud of that.
Yeah, really proud. And even proud of many performances the Gib team had, like the men's A, the ladies, the B1s, the seniors, like the masters. They really got good scoring there.
Talking about some of those achievements, you're captain of the men's A team, and you were telling me just how you took Scotland pretty much down to the wire, a country that featured in almost every final.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a really good achievement. To be fair, we really turned up for that match against Scotland. Obviously, you know, they got to the final. They're world champions, and to get 10 frames off those guys is pretty impressive for, you know, a country as small as Gibraltar. You know, it was really, really good.
Your achievements go past what you did organising it, because you had top 5 players for most frames won.
Yeah.
And then the B1 team beat not just one Wales squad, but 2 Wales squad, which had never been done by a senior team in Gibraltar.
Yeah, we actually beat both Wales, B1 and B2s. And really that's a great achievement in a sense, because even if Wales A, Wales B, they're all professionals, they're all on the tours, they're all constantly playing. So yes, Wales A might be a better team this year, but normally those teams are jumping up and down from category constantly. And managing to beat both Wales is an achievement.
I watched the second match against the second Wales team, and you can just tell how much it means to win a frame. We can probably show some footage of you celebrating after winning one of the frames. How much does it mean to beat Wales?
Well, mate, it means a lot for us. At the end of the day, we are always the underdogs. We come to these tournaments and they're used to beating us constantly, and by norm they take us as a training session. It's reality. They live on pool, we don't. We have a job, we have a day-to-day lives, and most of these guys wake up, practice, play pool, tour. Some live on pool, some don't, some have a job. But like I said, having managed to beat Wales twice is an achievement, and it's a statement.
And Wales have definitely left Gibraltar with nightmares of our players, because the juniors also managed a historic win in the opening day against Wales.
Yeah, that was fantastic as well. I mean, we obviously in the junior section they play each other multiple times, and we managed to beat Wales twice, and that alone is, you know, fantastic. We have such a small pool of players and juniors, for example, compared to Wales that has an abundance of people to choose from.
There's a small army walking into the Europa Sports Complex. Yeah. Is that more satisfying for you as a head coach, because you travel with the juniors, you're seeing them develop? What's more satisfying, winning a frame yourself or watching the kids win a frame?
Oh, definitely watching the kids, to be fair, because it gives you just such a sense of pride to watch them say, like, I'm contributing and helping them achieve what potential they could reach. You know, we've got some real talented kids, and I really hope that they stick to it and we can, you know, bring more kids in to join them.
when they were beating Wales, you weren't talking to me, but I overheard you telling someone else, I told you the junior program is going to work. Tell us a bit about this junior program.
Okay, so since I came in 18 months ago, my main focus was developing a junior sports development program. We've been pushing hard. James Patterson and James Burns have done a great job because they are every Thursday coaching juniors in the academy. But then we started pushing to the schools. So actually today we've delivered and donated a table to one of the schools, and yesterday we delivered another table and donated it to Bayside School. So now what we do is we're going every Thursday to Bayside to coach certain students in the school. It is working. The kids are progressing, and obviously having the Nations Cup in Gib being so much mainstream how it was in TV, it's now pushed it a lot further. We've had loads of emails this week of parents wanting the kids to join the junior program. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's about that. It's about developing the future of the association. Because at the end of the day, we're on our way out.
Yeah, well, let's not go there yet. But
No, we need youngsters to come through so that the association can keep going, really.
Well, that's great, because what you're saying is that the Nations Cup has come and gone. It was fantastic, but it's had a knock-on effect on the future, and it's going to essentially leave a legacy behind.
Well, that's the whole idea. No, we've also sold 12 tables in Gibraltar. 12 tables that have gone to houses. So what does it mean? That will bring...
I believe the Minister for Sport, Leslie
Bousson has bought a table
was
as well,
encouraged to
yes.
buy a table.
Well, Leslie Bousson actually took his old queue because he used to play pool. So he took his old queue, he's got it reconditioned, and now he looks like he was going to start playing pool again. So look, at the end of the day, if you start getting all these interests back, that's what we want to know. Pool was a bit stagnant. It was I don't know, it was navigating in a direction we wasn't happy with, and we needed it to shift. And I think in the last 18 months, we've managed to shift it massively.
How's it felt for you as a player, been involved for many years? When Jonathan came in, did it feel like a fresh breath of air? Breath of fresh air?
It did. It had gone a little bit stale for a while. We needed some new ideas. We needed a bit of a breath of fresh air. And I think that's what Jonathan's brought to the table, really. I mean, straight away to manage to get the Nations Cup to Gibraltar is an unbelievable achievement. And a lot of people would have thought maybe it was too soon. But when opportunities arise, you have to grab them. And that's what we've done. And now hopefully the Nations Cup can be in Gibraltar for many years to come.
One of the nations that probably thought it was a bit too soon was England, which for reasons not involving Gibraltar decided not to come. But they got that completely wrong, and they definitely signed up for the next one.
Yeah, 100%. It's funny though, because I did try to warn them. I said, are you sure you don't want to give us the benefit of the doubt? They maintained their position, and I think it was a wrong decision on their behalf.
Well, they definitely missed out, because we'll now hear from plenty of players that were around Europa Point playing pool and just how much they enjoyed the competition here.
Great. I've got to say, the competition alone, I would say, the setup, the arena, amazing. I've got to say, aye.
It's been class. The tables have been brilliant. The boys have been class. Just Scotland as a whole, I think, just have been amazing.
A lot of finals.
Aye.
So, happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant competition. The island is amazing, and we've really enjoyed it. We've had a welcome of all the Gibraltarians, and we were unfortunate just to lose in the semi-final 13-12, but looking forward to coming back here next year. It's been fantastic.
And what do you made of the premises and the people in Gibraltar?
Friendly. Everyone's been friendly and helpful everywhere we go. The food is nice. Where we stay in is lovely. Next time I think we'll have to organise where we're all together, but it's new to us, but it's got a contract for the next 5 years, so we hopefully come back next year.
Altogether, it's hard because Wales was the biggest travelling team, just under 200 players. What's it like travelling with so many Welshmen to play pool?
Yeah, it's an amazing, like we're all together, we're like a big family, you know what I mean? It's been a beautiful place. We've loved it.
It's been non-stop pool, but have you had time to see the monkeys and stuff?
No time for the monkeys. There's plenty of monkeys, but yeah.
Oh, the venue's fantastic and the people are lovely, really helpful around town. When you don't know where you're going, they'll show you where to go or tell you, a place to visit or something. So it's been really good, and it's really nice compared to England. So it's nice that Gibraltar have got a chance.
I've got my own office in the square, in the pizza shop there. They love me there. They love me there. They treat me like a king. Drago, sit down here. You're the king. Sit down here. I've met so many people. They've been beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Well, the words of some Welsh, Scottish and Australian players that came from down under and just how much they enjoyed the Nations Cup here in Gibraltar. When you hear and get so much positive feedback, how does it make you feel?
It's overwhelming. I always knew I was going to put on a show. I kept telling them, because you know, I do music festivals, I do a lot of other stuff, and when I say yes to something, it's because I'm confident of what I'm doing. And I've gone out before to play pool. I've been to different tournaments. I've followed a lot of tournaments online, and I made sure this was a special one. And I knew when players arrived, they were going to go back wanting to come back. And the thing is, it's been overwhelming. It's exceeded my expectations by miles.
Expectations for you? I mean, did you know he was going to nail it?
I know Jonathan. I know what he's capable of, and it was no surprise to me of how successful it was. We walked into the arena and we were proud of what we had achieved, but then to hear all the other nations walk in, and the initial reaction is just of awe when they walk into the arena and just go, wow, this is a real professional setup. This is not just we've thrown some tables in a room. This is the real deal.
Yeah, I mean, you were saying, and I heard people say how much space there was between tables, which was welcomed, and you're already hoping to tweak it and make it better for next year. EBA Chairman Sean Rubell was telling me that the schedule is very intense and you are hoping to maybe extend it and give time for players to go see the monkeys, do a bit of tourism, because some players do come from very far away.
We have a couple of things we need to tweak, because obviously nothing goes perfect. There's always room for improvement. Although it looked nearly perfect, but I have to be, you know, at the end of the day, I have to have constructive criticism to my own things, and there's a couple of things we need to improve. We're going to extend it to 2 days. We're going to put 4 more tables, and like that we might be able to start at 9 and finish at 10, and not start at 8 in the morning, finish at 1 in the morning, and give players a bit more of a breather.
Yeah.
To have time to move around Gibraltar as well.
But wasn't to your liking was the confetti in the closing ceremony, eh?
Yeah.
The closing ceremony, the confetti at the end wasn't to your liking there, Jonathan. I remember, I don't think it came out on time, no?
It's, at the end of the day, I'm there managing the trophies, managing the GPA, managing the EBA, managing the events.
Did you see that as well? No, he wasn't happy with the confetti.
Telling my guys, sparklers now. Telling my guys, it's like I said, I was really micromanaging a lot of things, you know, and I think I've done a good job.
Yeah, you have. And next year we'll nail the confetti.
100%. Now we also know what to expect. No, it was the first one for us. My guys are not used to pool tournaments. They're more used to music festivals and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think next year those little bits and bobs will be fixed.
Time for a short break now. We'll continue the pool conversation after these couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Sports Talker. We're talking all things pool after Gibraltar hosted the EBA Nations Cup here. 10 days of non-stop action. I'm joined by President Jonathan Collado and men's A-team captain James Pattison. 10 days of non-stop action, and it started in day one with the learning and physical disability players, which was great to have.
We started with the learning disabilities, the physical disabilities, and the juniors. And yeah, our learning disabilities also did well, considering we don't have a major selection of players compared to other nations. I think they do quite well, and hopefully, like I said, today we've delivered a table to Respite. I think it is a school. So they have a donated new table there, which hopefully that will encourage more learning disability players and improve on the game.
Yeah, and they're quite keen and passionate about it. I know Gianni Oscello is very passionate about his pool. JJ Budigi made it to the quarterfinals as well. So that we always seem to punch above our weight in every category, don't we?
Yeah, it's it's one of those, no? We tend to spend a lot of time with them. Leslie Martinez actually does a great job with them. He spends a lot of time with them and looks after them. And, you know, it's not an easy task. It's... People think that just going to somewhere to coach juniors or learning disabilities, it's easy, and it's not, because at the end of the day, other than teaching them how to play pool, you need to look after them as well.
Yeah.
So you become like a parent to them, you could say.
How rewarding and how significant was it for you then to make sure that stays? Is that part of the Nations Cup, or is that kind of every country decides if the opening days are for the learning and physical disability?
That's part, the Nations Cup has week 1, which is learning disabilities, physical disabilities and juniors, as well as the Euros, for example. The only difference is the Euros does it all in the same, so everybody plays in the same week. And the Nations Cup, it's like more separate. They all have a week for themselves.
The main event came along, Scotland the powerhouse, but it was a pleasant surprise really to see Malta win the first Nations Cup, especially considering that pool. I mean, surprisingly, to my knowledge, I found out that is the biggest sport in Malta.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge over there. I mean, one of their pool players won Sports Personality of the Year a couple of years ago, and I mean, to take that idea that a pool player could win an award like that is crazy. But they're such a talented country pool-wise, right from their juniors all the way up. They have real powerhouses in the pool world.
And that final was a bit, I remember it was down to the last 2 frames, and one of the frames was pretty much like a chess match. No one was pocketing any balls, they were just making sure they were making it hard for their opponents. And that game, I think, went on the amount of time that it took them to play 2 other frames on the other table. So it goes to show that it's not that simple pool, and there isn't an element or a lot of elements to strategy there, because that game really felt like a chess match.
Yeah, it's not always just pot and balls. When the opportunity's there, try and do it. But sometimes you need to take your time, you need to be strategic and go at the right moment.
And the Republic of Ireland won the ladies' event. And again, another nice story there, because there were twins and an older sister, which hadn't played pool together in some years. So all these lovely stories that kind of just add to the significance of a Nations Cup and make it just more special, don't they?
No, I think this Nations Cup has been very special in a lot of ways. Like I said, don't take it from me, take it from all the pool players. If you go to social media, all you see is praise, 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 praise. Everywhere you go, there's praise. So, and it can only get better. I think next year is going to be huge. It's going to be a lot bigger than this year.
Change of venue, perhaps?
No, same venue.
Same venue. I mean, the space is limited in Gibraltar, really. So it would be difficult, wouldn't it?
We have the centenary sports hall, but actually that sports hall is smaller than Europa's. On what it is playing surface, it is smaller. The thing is, when you go to the centenary, it gives you that sense that it's bigger because of the spectator stands. But the actual playing area size is like substantially 350 meters smaller than Europa. So we can't move there, really.
You mentioned next year, 2 more years of this. As a player, how much does that motivate you? Are you worried they'll come for your captain's armband next year?
They can try. But no, honestly, it's fantastic to know that it's going to be here at home. We're going to be the host nation again. Because when you do go away, for some people, it is like a financial burden. To some people, you know, you've got to save up a lot of money. It costs a lot to go away. So to have at least one tournament at home helps a lot in that sense. And obviously, the drive to be captain, for example, of the men's A at home is a massive, massive thing. And it's always like such an honour to do it.
I was going to say, it must add pressure, because we've got just under 100 players competing. And now that they've seen how well it's gone, it's just going to excite and motivate players more. So you're going to have to, I suppose, even train harder this year to maintain your position, maintaining the A team, because I know it's a bit weird, not weird, but it's a bit strange how it works in terms of how you qualify for the men's A or the men's B. So do you want to explain a little bit about that?
So the way we do our qualifiers, many players are not happy how it's been run. Mainly the men's, I must say. Ladies have their own system, they're happy with it, and I don't think if it's my point of view always is if it's not broken, why are you going to fix it? So ladies are happy, the masters are happy. Seniors, I have I hear mixed comments about it, but the men's really need to change the way we qualify. At the moment, what we do is once a month we go and do a round robin one frame ranking. So if there's 30 players, I play 29 frames, and those guys who win more frames obviously will go up the rankings and will qualify at the end of the 11 rankings. They say that this is the way we should do it because we play one frame in competitions, but at the end of the day, you play in the league one frame, you play in the cup, one frame. So I think things need to be changed. That, for example, you get a knockout tournament where you're losing 4-0 down and you come back to win 5-4, you start managing pressure.
Yeah.
Which then, believe me, you have to manage a lot of pressure in the Nations Cup and stuff like that. So that will help players manage their own pressure. Then there's Gibraltar Singles Open. We want to introduce so you get ranking points there. If you do a good performance in an international tournament, if you pass X amount percentage of frames, you retain your position.
Sounds like you want to make it a lot more dynamic in that sense,
a lot more dynamic and more copy how other nations are doing it, because we're just doing it different.
Yeah.
And I've had this week actually, I've had a lot of conversations with Scottish players and Welsh players, and when I try to tell them how we do the rankings, they just go like this. And it's like,
you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Really, it's not helping your game. That's the way I've always seen it. Other players see it otherwise, the other way, but
yeah,
that's my point of view.
The women's rankings, they're happy with it, and it seems to be working because they did quite well in this competition, the Nations Cup. They were missed out by a single frame to top teams as well, so they were just so unlucky, really. Talk us about through the women's competition.
The ladies, to be fair, they're really performing. The last couple of years, they've gone up, and they're getting there. I believe that the ladies, in a couple of years' time, can even win a Nations Cup. Again, it's just of how much you sacrifice yourself, how much interest you put into it. All you have to see Nikki. Nikki is now traveling in the ultimate pool. She was unlucky here to not get to the final.
She couldn't pot that black ball, which
those are mistakes that if you learn from them, she'll be a winner.
Very
100% she'll be a winner. But you've got to get out of this and learn for yourself and learn of your mistakes. If you don't learn, then you're never going to progress.
On her day, she is one of, if not the best ladies player, isn't she, in Europe? So
yes. We also have Jamie Knights, who got to the last 16 on the singles. She used to be a great player. She's just only come back now. So if she just manages to get to that level like she was before, that will be a great addition to the ladies team.
Taking it to the closing ceremony, because we're running out of time, and you would have been involved in sharing a memento with Jonathan for all of his hard work. Tell us, at what point did you all realise we need to get Jonathan something here to thank him for all his hard work?
Well, it was quite funny, actually, because myself and James Burns had actually had a conversation with each other, just the two of us, saying, do you think we should do something for Jonathan just to show our appreciation and things like that? And we had that conversation, and literally, I think it was the next day, I got a message from Justin, and Justin says, let me know what you think about this. And I was like, I've literally just had this conversation yesterday. So, it's nice to know people were on the same wavelength. So then myself and Justin approached the rest of the committee. We went away and got the nice trophy for him, and it's got some kind words on there for a change for him. And no, it was nice to make him cry.
Well, yeah, it wasn't just one surprise, it was two, because then your children also got involved in recording a video message for you, and that really made you shed a tear.
That caught me out, They caught me out of the... And to be fair, it's emotional, because at the end of the day, your emotions they are all over the place at that moment. Because you're standing there, the tournament is ending, you see what you've achieved, and then they told me that they killed me. Okay.
Turned to jelly.
Yeah, basically. And at the end of the day, my daughters and my wife suffer this. At the end of the day, I spend a lot of time all this time that I spend organising events and organising the pools, and I'm not with them. And they go to bed and I'm still up working on the... So at the end of the day, yeah, that's why it touched me so much, because they suffer, they know what I go through.
A touching, beautiful moment to finish off fantastic 10 days of pool.
It was amazing.
But guys, thank you very much for coming along on the Sports Locker.
Thank you. Thank you
very
for
much.
having us.
That's it for this week's Sports Locker Nations Cup. Come and gone, 10 days of pool. But don't worry, there's 2 more years to come of it. Catch you same time next week.